Before the fallen ruled with terror, we watched our families stolen from us. It was their fathers, worse than the Nephilim. That was after they went astray. And with each passing year, their hatred for us grew. As their madness increased, the cries of men reached the heavens.
Do what you will! We will never meet again!
My life means nothing if you don't accomplish the charge of the Almighty, Sela, for we are one flesh. If you don't return from this, I'll rejoice with you in the heart of the earth.
We will find the power we need. It runs through every breath and creature. This earth is ours.
Welcome, everyone. This is Kingdom in Context, and I just want to welcome you to a special project announcement live stream. I want to thank everybody for being here in live chat, all the moderators. We're actually been working for several months in association with Green Pond Creative. That's our brother Drew Winter, and we've been working for several months on setting up and creating an animated series for the lifespan of Noah. So we are excited. Hopefully some of the teaser images you saw there will get you excited as well, because I don't know if anyone's ever done anything like this. We have a poll going in the live chat right now. Has anyone ever made an animated series of the life of Enoch and Noah? And if you know of one, that's awesome. I've just never seen one. I've never seen one before. So that's what we've been working on. And I just want to encourage everybody that we need your help because this is a massive project, and we can't do this by ourselves. And so we just felt like it's a massive project because the content that we'll be dealing with is not going to be watered down. It's not going to be it's going to be as biblically accurate as possible. I mean, as you know from our channel, we understand the various Christian communities throughout history and all the available resources of scriptural books that give us a wonderful and large breadth of information by which we can create this storyline. And the storyline is actually going to be starting 400 years before the flood of Noah, and then going into 300 years after the flood of Noah, leading up to the Tower of Babel. And so our project's goal is to create 8 seasons, and each season would have 16 episodes, and it's a big project. And this is actually, many of you guys have heard me in the past talk about, I personally had written a trilogy of novels about the 100 years leading up to the flood of Noah. And so this is taking a lot of that information and extrapolating it so that we can, obviously I'm having to rewrite things. And the reason I haven't published those novels is because I wrote them several years ago before I understood the Bible as intimately as I do today. And so I didn't properly represent biblical cosmology in my first draft of those novels, and I didn't properly represent the law of God as far as Noah literally being a priest of God. Same for Enoch and all those men who were righteously following Yahweh, and how there was opposition amongst the rebellious watchers and their sons, the Nephilim, and of course mankind, who was following in that deception as well. So we're excited that we get to portray this information, and Lord willing, we're going to get to portray it in a wonderful way. Okay, but the task is great for this type of thing. All right, so the average animation, like if you see a cartoon, especially people can get kind of a skewed parameter sometimes if they see a cartoon like on Netflix or Hulu and it's an animated cartoon. Those are studio produced. Those are massive, guys. They have huge budgets behind just the cartoons. Maybe you've seen like Marvel or DC comic cartoons, like a Batman, DC movie or something like that. That literally could cost $20-30 million for something like that. We're not going to be able to match that as far as that kind of production budget, but we do have some pretty cool things that we've found that we can do. in general. I think the nature of the storyline and the component pieces at play will appeal to more than likely people up to 50 years old. Because especially if you understand the Bible, probably maybe even beyond that, who knows? But our target demographic would be like 13 to 50, and because we know that this is a story that absolutely has to be told, especially in the time period that we're in the generation that we're in. We absolutely have to understand our enemy. We have to understand what we're dealing with, and the future generations is the target of those who are trying to corrupt the world. And then how can we get to them? How can we actually present a positive message of showing the righteous win, showing that people who do what's right and follow the Creator, they win the game? Okay, so this is what we need to communicate to the younger generations, so they are encouraged and inspired to stand up and be brave and follow the Creator's instructions. Do what's right. Resist the devil. You know what I'm saying? This is so important, and my feeling, my passion, that this is super important. We create a lot of content on Kingdom in Context, which is the channel you're watching this particular announcement on. We create a lot of content geared for Christians, both new to the faith and also mature Christians trying to do deeper study. Let me put this on screen as well. This is where, if anyone's interested in this project, if you guys want to help us make this reality, it's a ongoing effort. It's become kind of not a popular, but it's become an up and coming concept for independent content to be crowdfunded. And that way they don't have to worry about outside interests. You don't have to worry about studios getting involved. You don't have to worry about investors getting involved and trying to take pieces and having controlling interests that want to water down the script or add any kind of agenda influence into the script. This is how we avoid all that, as we come together as a community and we make this a reality ourselves. Something like this is geared to grow beyond my particular algorithm here on Kingdom in Context. That's why we have its own YouTube channel, its own website. And I'm going to share the website with you right now. So you guys, when you have a moment on your phone or on your desktop, either one, you can go to daysofnoah.tv. daysofnoah.tv. This is our website, and this is where you can read a little bit about the series. You can see Drew hard at work. You can get some other featured thumbnails and emails, and also we can go to the donate concept, the page. Books and shop won't be ready yet until we start actually putting out the episodes, but you can go to donate, and you can see the current goal that we have for the season 1 and all 16 episodes. Okay. So this is our goal. It's $250,000 for season 1. And guys, this is on discount. Drew is amazing. We've got some other amazing artists that hopefully we'll be able to afford to bring on the project as well. But this whole concept is Drew's artwork is amazing, and we have found some dedicated animators, a wonderful dedicated composer. We've already spoken with people that are voicing many of the characters. They're super excited about the project as well. And actually, Drew's wife even voices one of the characters in season 1. So this is going to be really, really fun. And I really hope that you guys are ecstatic as we are, right? Just to see this idea come to life, that there is each season will continue to unfold the dynamic that's going on between the rebellious watchers who are ruling with their sons, the Nephilim, and Noah and his family, who is not only resisting, but figuring out ways to fight back. And of course, they're a family of priests, so they're educated on Yahweh's ways, on the Creator's ways. And just as the book of Enoch and other passages in scripture show to us that they understood what was right and wrong. This is why there was judgment that was coming and prophesied with the flood. And so we get to flesh that out in a story form, right? What does it look like when these rebellious angels are talking amongst themselves? In the storyline, they're called the assembly. So what does it look like when the assembly is talking amongst themselves about how they're going to further control humanity or further corrupt humanity? Or why are they even doing this at all? How are they dealing with their punishment that they know they're going to be locked away in Tartarus? How are they dealing with the dynamic that they know, and we'll flesh this out through the series, they know that one of them, Azazel, is not going to be locked away with the rest of them? How are they dealing with that internal conflict and strife? How is this coming across with What are they telling their the chimeras, the giants, the Nephilim? What are they telling their brute force that enforces unrighteousness on the earth? What are they telling them to get them to continue to go along with the plan? Because these are sentient beings. These are beings with agency of free will. What's the family of Noah like? What temptations are they seeing all around them? How are they having to resist them? What imminent danger and threats are being imposed? So season 1 through 6 will be the 400 years leading up to the flood of Noah, and season 6 will be ending with the flood itself. And then season 7 and 8 will span the time period from the flood leading up to the Tower of Babel. So we're excited. We're very excited. It's a wonderful story that we get to tell and show people, especially the younger generations, that our history is super interesting and it's super relevant to the deceptions we're seeing in this world today. So I'm just happy that in a story form, I get to flesh that out. And we've found some wonderful gentlemen and ladies that are dedicated to this project to help this make a reality long term. Maybe you do want to see something like this grow. You do want to see something like this successful, and you want to support us. And you go to the website. There's different options to support on the website. When you click the support button, it'll pop up different options that you can do, or you can customize your option. But if you want to be a monthly supporter, if that's easier for you, you just kind of want to set it and forget it, you can go to the Patreon. So this is our Patreon page for the site, and we're offering, like for example, the tiers, which is a Patreon concept. Build the Ark, that's general support. If you want to do the Jared level, that's you're going to see behind the scenes content as we go. Like what some of that content that you just saw me going over in that second video was just a small amount of the behind the scenes content, right? So if you want to see more in-depth behind the scenes content, that's starting at the Jared level. And also you get ad-free episodes. So when we actually upload them to YouTube, many of you may not be purchasing YouTube Red or whatever, and you don't want to see interrupted with episodes. Well, we'll be uploading them a day before onto the Patreon, so you can see them as well a day before early with no ad interruption. If you want to do the Noah level, you're going to get behind the scenes content, ad-free episodes, as well as the ebook will be available to download for free for you after season 1 is completed. So this is a digital publication. So each season is its own book in the series. And the Methuselah level is behind the scenes content, ad-free episodes. You get to download the ebook after each season's over, as well as you get early access. That's also saying you 24 hours before it's put up on YouTube. So you can watch that early, as well as the Mahalalel level. You get all the same benefits, plus you can get enhanced episodes 60 days after their original air dates. All right. Now, many of you might understand the way writing goes, that you're when you're writing a book and you try to put it into a visual format like this, like an animated series, you may have like 6,000 words in a chapter for that book, but everything gets slimmed down. Everything gets greatly reduced in order to put it in a visual format, and because all the descriptors in an actual written format, you're describing the world, the city they're in, walking from here to there, his emotions, his internal thoughts, everything involved with that. But you get to show that with facial expressions, with movements, with everything on screen. So a lot of the words are you don't get a lot of that written format. That's why people who love to read, they'll always say the book is better, right? Because they get to apply their own brain to all the extra descriptions. And so that's why each season is going to be its own book that we'll release. It'll be available on the website, as well as a digital version for free download through the Patreon. And so that's just some little extra things. We're going to come up with extra benefits on the Patreon as we get going, and we have more content produce and give out, as well as merch and different things like that. But right now, this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. And hopefully, some of the images that you've seen, some of the ideas that you see us put together with these teasers and some of this behind the scene content, you can see where we're trying to go with this, and how hopefully how vital of a project this might be in this current culture, in this current climate worldwide, because we're dealing with the deceptions of the Watchers and the Nephilim. The Watchers taught their sons the same deceptions. Obviously, they were the enforcers of those deceptions. That is still the same deceptions being perpetrated on the earth today. It's those same deceptions must be addressed, right? They sometimes they get repackaged for different generations or for different cultures, right? They put a different veneer on the deception for the different culture. But these understanding what these are is super important. Now you can tell people all day long, like we do with many videos, many debates and videos. We tell people all day long what these deceptions are. We've broken down our Investigating Babylon series. We're going over it in the 42 series. By the way, we're dropping another 42 series this month, as far as picking that back up and continuing with the 42 series will be this month. But I can list them out. I can show you the scriptures, but everyone learns differently. Some people learn in a visual format, and they learn through pictures, images. This is why animated stuff is so popular, right? And if any of you have children and you've seen the animation that's out there today in that genre, it's 100% demonic. 100% demonic, guys. It's all about, most of it originates from Japan and from the East, and a lot of American producers have picked up the idea of how popular it is. But if you have any experience watching any type of anime, and I used to watch anime when I was younger, right? It's all about demons. It's 100% demonic. So, I mean, sometimes they literally, the character's goal is to become a demon in the animes. So like, it's just, we have to create our cultural content that's Christian relevant, that's biblically sound and coherent, to get some eyes on it from this younger generation. And the storyline of the time period leading up to the flood and after is just it's just so rich. It's so rich with just natural draws to the story for young eyes wanting to learn, to know about these super powerful beings creating these hybrid monsters, and mankind having to deal with those overwhelming odds. How did they deal with it? How did Noah stay alive all that time and not get killed and wiped out in a heartbeat? Angels can do whatever they want in this creation, almost. Like, they have the ability, their physical bodies, they are considered super human compared to a man, right? So how did the family of Noah, how did anyone that wanted to be righteous before the flood, how did they actually not just get squashed in a heartbeat? We're going to flesh it all out, guys. We're going to, and put it to a fun story form. We have an entire world that we're dealing with within the enclosed biblical cosmology. I'm super excited about some of the way that we're going to get to talk about the storyline, as far as introducing how different pockets of the assembly, the rebellious angels that ended up spreading into different pockets of the plane of the earth and where they lived. And I mean, we've even got, as you saw in the teaser there, we've even got one of the cities is going to be right next to the firmament. So there's going to be a ton of conversation about what's going on there and why they can't leave. So guys, hopefully you'll be as excited as I am to see some of this stuff put into a format that you could watch with the family, and you could all create incredible conversation out of this, and hopefully bring people to want to read the scriptures better. That's our heart. That's our goal, to fall into a lifestyle of repentance and walk with their Creator and His Son, Yeshua, our Messiah. That's our heart. That's our goal. All right. So here's what I would like to encourage everybody. Go check out daysofnoah.tv. That's our website. That's where you can read more about the project, and you can support us if you want with different donation options. If you'd like to support the project with the monthly concept, you can go to Patreon as well. Episode 1 is going to be dealing immediately with the battle outside of Nod. Do you guys remember where Cain went to Nod, the land of the east, the land of Nod? So there's a battle directly dealing with, in episode 1, between various giants and men happening in the plains outside of the city of Nod. And as you saw in the teasers, some of the assembly members, Terrell, Samyaza, and Azazel, they descend in their loge in order to see the battlefield and oversee the things that are happening. They bring down the sound bow, which is this massive weapon of great destruction. What's the sound bow? Check out episode 1 in October to find out. What does the sound bow do? How does it work? Check out episode 1. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then, and you see Jared is actually in that battle as well, and he's trying to get back to his family. And there's a lot of fun stuff happening just in episode 1 to introduce many of the characters involved. You get to see Noah as well. You get to see the whole family: Lamech, Methuselah, Jared, Mahalalel. A lot of people have been asking about, is Enoch? Enoch will be in this, but we can't give away everything in the teasers. So we'll let you know as further episodes unveil. You will get to the part where you see more about what's going on with Enoch, and so we're very excited. All right, Skid Whistler's asking, how would artists or animators interested in helping contact the project? You're welcome to contact me at daysofnoahtv@gmail. If you're an artist or animator, daysofnoahtv@gmail.com. But right now, I've already reached out to the 3 main animators that I would like to have involved, as far as the lead animators. And Drew is he's the director of all art and animation and illustration. So ultimately, we would have to see, because this is not a pro bono project. This is a paid project. So we want to make sure that it's in the budget to hire, a whole bunch of animators. But again, that's with the success of the show. If this first season is successful, if we get our go to daysofnoah.tv if you want to support the series and help complete our goals for the first season. If that's successful, then we'll have plenty of budget to have extra animators. But daysofnoah.tv@gmail.com is the easiest way to reach out to us for that.